go back and look more at the numbers to say that. But I can say over the last 2 years, we did not add on staff because of open enrollment and special education. That I can speak to. I can't speak to the base though. Of like looking at the last 10 years on why our numbers are the way they are, and so I can't do that. But I can say since I've been here, no, we did not add any staff on that. That's something to pay attention to, for sure.
Yes.
And when we brought that to the Board of Education, we said, hey, you know, we're not putting a cap on that, but we do have to pay attention. So, next, line 5 here. Oh, no. I'm off. Okay. We're going to go back to number 5. Are you guys ready to do that? The paper closed on me. So for number 22, you know, being conservative, we budgeted just a little bit of an increase in open enrollment. Again, that's like 2 students. So all of that can change. And open enrollment, the window closes at the end of this month, but you can open enroll for any time now. You know, it is very challenging to handle that as a school district. So, but it's all about choice. So it is what it is. We just got to embrace it and navigate it. So then the overall then, over under, the expenses are up 0.01%. So we really are keeping it flat. So revenues generally flat, expenses generally flat. And the special education budget, I've already spoken to that. We've got an increase in categorical aid because we spent additional dollars this year. That is line 25. And then line 26 is we have flow-through carryover and a good chunk of it. So we're trying to be very strategic with how we're using that. So we're planning on using flow-through, that's federal dollars for special education. We're planning on using some of that for next year. So we don't want to use all of it at one time. So just we're trying to make sure we're just kind of building that into the system. So there is additional carryover. So what happens is
Carryover, do you lose grants?
No, not really. So what happens is you have like 3 years in order to claim those dollars,
Okay.
but they're always giving you new. So
That's all, I just want to make sure.
yeah, so
Okay.
you're not going to lose it, is the deal. You just have to make sure you go back and you claim those first.
Okay.
So then that's why you end up kind of little by little getting this little pot that's built up. But I would say with the way that our budgets are here in Mayville, that I really don't want to see that pot. The intention is not to have a carryover. The intention is to use the funds.
Use the funds.
But now that we have it, rather than just saying, let's use it all at once, let's be strategic and just kind of keep doing this, kind of even out the bumps is really what I'd like to see that to be used for. So line 27, that's $80,000 in increase in special education staff. We already made those changes this year. So, but we hired someone in the middle of the year. Now they're going to be full-time. So it's just taking into account our current staffing model. It's not hiring new special education teachers. Then you get down to line 28, $34,000 in savings. That is for a student that we were contracting out of service that we found out this year had finished. So it's no longer needed. So we have the savings in this budget. That's why the budget looks 11,000 in the plus. And now the savings in the 18-19 budget.
But another one could move in, so.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know. So, and the deal is in public education, we provide equal access education for all. So, so the overall increase in special education expenses is $43,000. And then this last page is very simple, nice and neat to cover. The fund, line 30, it looks considerably up if you look at it. So ending fund balance of Fund 38, $379,000. That is because we have to make a payment in the month of July. So that's why it looks like that. And then line 31, the big chunk of the referendum project is budgeted to occur in 18-19. So that's why you see the $11 million located in that area. And then food service right now is budgeted to have a surplus, a slight one at line 32. So that would be it.